What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block, episode 109 for May the 29th of 2018. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, that retro code, Edward Varnell.
Rankings!
What?
Yes. There's a game called Rankings.
I know. What?
It was one of the first deep sports games on the NES.
Mm-hmm.
I played it. It was really good. It was a really good boxing game.
Joining us, as always, on the weekends at least, Jesse Douglas, the wise Wisconsinite.
What's up? Yeah, I'm not a question mark this time.
Nope. And all
That doesn't mean we don't have some questions for you.
And that ridiculous voice who begged me to be on Nintendo Pow Block this weekend.
Did.
All the way over there. The infinite rewind himself. Matthew Keel.
Yes! Yes!
How's it going, Matt?
Yes!
Let's let Ed work himself tired real quick.
Ed doesn't get tired. Ed just... I don't understand. I don't get it.
Corey knows two things when it comes to me. I get excited like this, or I'll fall out in the back because he said something amazing that just blew my mind.
I know.
I want to... Ed not getting tired. No, come on. He's fallen asleep while we've been playing games.
Yeah, playing games, but not podcasting.
Right.
I fall asleep on podcast. That's what I do.
Right.
Check out episode 0 E3 2016 launch party episode.
About like 2 hours in, I fall right asleep.
Yep. And then he woke up to finish the show. It was a good time.
Yep. I am nothing if not punctual.
Yep.
I don't know that's not how that works. Never mind.
He brought a new meaning to sleeper.
Yep. Got any E3 sleepers, Matt?
By the way, Matt, I know you don't watch this show on the video, but when it's just us three, and usually when we record Friday's episode on Thursday, there's just a big question mark where Jesse is, like the question mark block.
Oh, okay, great.
Meaning that he's not there. So that's the joke
Sweet.
that Ed made like 10 minutes ago. I had to explain it. I'm trying to work on my dad jokes where I explain all the jokes. So
Well,
Don't worry, once your kid comes, they'll come natural.
fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Oh, that was a jingle. Sorry, everybody who's listening audioly. I inserted a USB drive into my computer so I could transfer over these Squad Goals episodes so I can edit them and throw them up on the internet, where you can watch them at youtube.com/ngrradio and ngrradio.com. Like, subscribe, and share. Click the bell. All that good stuff, right? Plug-in stuff. Yeah.
Which I have a question, Corey. Is Friday the debut of Squad Girls for State of Decay 2?
Friday is the debut of State of Decay 2. You can watch those episodes every Friday for the month of June. All State of Decay, all month long.
But also something else is coming on later on that month.
What's coming out later that month?
What else?
I don't know.
The 23rd?
I'm really
The
confused.
Ninja Showcase?
Oh yeah, our Ninja Showcase episodes are going up starting on June 23rd. You got me confused because I'm in the Let's Play mode, like Squad Goals mode, and I was like, what else did we play this month for Squad Goals? I'm like, we played a lot. We've got Overwatch, we've got Rainbow Six Siege, we've got PUBG, we've got Fortnite. Like, there's a lot.
Hey.
And you got me confused. I was in Squad Goals mode, and then you pull this Ninja Showcase thing on me.
For a Nintendo show.
Don't go Nindy Showcase when you're in squad goal mode. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You'll blow a transmission doing that.
Ah, jeez. So I'm going to preface this show before we get started on what we've been playing and stuff. There is a huge rumor going around that there will be a Pokemon Direct on Monday, and we're recording on Sunday, so we will not be covering that this episode if it happens. If it does happen, Ed and I, and possibly Jesse, will be doing a mini block tomorrow on Monday at some point about it. And if it doesn't happen, then we'll just whatever. So, just to get there is a lot of Pokemon news this week, though, for some reason. So, prepare for that. Anyways, Matt, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
What have you been playing? I know what you've been playing for
What have I been playing?
You've been playing grilled meats and beer.
Well, that was last night.
Yeah, that was a good time.
I was a wee fragile today, so.
Matt usually wears those glasses for character, but today he's wearing them for a different reason.
Actually, no.
You're in the process of recovering.
No, actually, I'm good right now. When I woke up for work this morning, it was questionable. But being the lightweight in my house, I won. As in, I won in the fact that I did not get hungover, but my girlfriend did.
Nice. Nice.
Broken clock's right twice a day, but I have been playing a ton on my Switch lately.
Ooh, not that Dark Souls remastered.
Well, I played that today before we were recording, because that was my first real opportunity. And yeah, it's still Dark Souls. I mean, it's not mind-blowing. It's not anything new. Everything is still in the same place. I still know where I need to go. I still know how to beat the bosses. So it's just, it's good. But no,
But it's buttery smooth.
It's still Dark Souls. But buttery smooth Dark Souls is not really a thing. Bloodborne is buttery smooth. Dark Souls is a bit rough and clunky in a lot of good ways.
I meant frame rate. Buttery smooth.
Whatever.
No.
I didn't have any problems. I still saw some dumb things happening, like when you're summoning people and you wait there for like what seems to be, an hour, and then you get the summoning failed thing. I'm like, yep, still Dark Souls. It still does that. But no, Dark Souls is good. I can't wait for it to come out on Switch. I'm still really excited for that. But I recently started and finished Celeste on Switch.
Ooh.
And that there, and I'm going to say it right now, I like that game more than I like God of War.
What, Celeste?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year. Celeste is, I mean, we still have a ways to go before the end of the year, and things could definitely change, but God of War is a very, very special game, but Celeste hit me in a lot of good ways. It's a very tough platformer. It's a very fair platformer, whereas Lightfall and Super Meat Boy tend to operate at speed, and the Rayman games as well. This operates at precision, where you don't necessarily have to be fast, but you have to be precise. If you haven't heard of it or haven't played it, you should do some research and go buy it. It's really good. I have played more Lightfall. I'm at a really frustrating part to the point where I'm just like, this is just BS. So I just need to buckle down and push through. Also, I've been playing one of the coolest games that I played on Wii U. I've been playing Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. That game's amazing. Like, it really is. Like, it's just, I love how, like, I think I heard on the Giant Beast cast that it's already sold more on Switch than it sold its entire lifetime in the Wii U.
Yep.
Which is appropriate, but I also think it adds fuel to the fire that the Wii U was not the terrible console that everyone wanted to label it as. And funky mode is decidedly bonkers and necessary, so I allow it.
We'll allow it, everybody.
Yes, and lastly, I played a new game that is so Matt. It's called Sky Rogue. Okay, I see Ed looking off to the heavens. He's like, wait, what?
that sounds familiar.
I
think that game's been in. I think that game's been in the news, but I just don't know much about it.
I didn't discover it. Austin Walker at Waypoint talked about it at the end of one of their shows, and I'm like, okay, I have to look at this. You remember the game Afterburner?
Yes.
Anybody else remember the game?
Yeah. Afterburner? Yeah.
Okay, so it's like Afterburner, except it's instead of being you're just behind a plane and you have to fly like this certain way and deal with the enemies that are wherever. You can explore the world that you're in, but it's a roguelike as well. So every time you start, you take off in your plane from a airship, we'll call it, and you have one objective for each level. You can choose to go right for that objective, kill it, and land, or you can fly around, shoot down planes, shoot down or blow up bases, blow up other airships, blow up boats, oil rigs that are out in the water. You could basically, like, I've been going in and just scorching the earth. Basically, I've been killing everything I can. And then you land back at the airship and you move to the next day. Now, you go as far as getting shot down. Then you start back at day one with with essentially nothing, but at the same time, it's like, are you guys familiar with Rogue Legacy?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can unlock access to different weapons for loadouts, and you can unlock access to different planes, and you keep all of that, but you lose all currency that you've earned, and your kill count is back to 0. So, but you still have to start back at day one. So it's not like Spelunky where you start out with nothing. It's not like Binding of Isaac where you start out with nothing every time. You sort of accrue access to things as you play and kill objectives and kill crafts. And mid-mission or in between missions, you can actually spend currency to upgrade what you have. To like so let's say I have this one rocket that is you upgrade it, it becomes a little more powerful, flies a little faster, and you can range it a little farther. So that's kind of how it works. You can also upgrade your craft in between missions to where you're a little tougher, you can fly a little faster, and you can maneuver a little better. The one thing is all these upgrades disappear the minute you get shot down. Okay. There's your roguelike part of it. This game is amazing fun. When I saw it and I saw the graphics are very I don't really know how to describe it, but like think about like the original Virtua Fighter, how it was super polygonal.
Okay.
It's super polygonal. It's not like high definition, but it is a good game to take on the go. You can go in, you can pause it anywhere you want. If you want mid-mission, you can just land and pause it so you can, put the switch down and go about your day. But it is very, very fun, and I'm glad that I found out about it. So,
yes. Yeah, it sounds interesting.
That's it for me. Who's next?
Ed, we're gonna go with you.
All right. So, picked up State of Decay 2 for Xbox One, and really am enjoying this game. Did a squad goals with Jesse, Corey, and our special guest Austin. And at first, he's all kind of lost, but like when you're playing it single player, and you just fill out the world, it's kind of cool, and I like what it has to offer. I'm still trying to get materials for my house, and then I want to venture out and start getting other stuff before I try to go get player cards and everything. But like in first player, with a single player, there's not really there's not problems. Like I don't see no bugs. Everything runs fine. But when there's multiplayer, I think there's still some issues that need to be fixed. But when everybody's working together, you can get a lot of stuff done. So really am enjoying that. Played Naruto Shippuden for getting further in that game. I am going to be it by this Thursday. I'm going to be putting a lot of work. I was having fun, but I was getting my tail beat. I actually had to continue twice. I'm like, I don't continue in fighting games like this, but I am really enjoying that. Play some Rare Replay, and only did that to get a couple of achievements. Because you get achievements just for starting the game. So I would start the game, get the achievement, cut it down, start the next game. So I kind of got more points. So if Corey,
you sound like a trophy hunter right now.
I have something about that. So if Corey and Jesse look at their, because on Xbox they have it where people on your friends list now can tell you where they're at with points. So Jesse was in first place. I think Corey was in second, and I was in third. So I think I took over the spot. I don't know yet because of my Rare Replay. I was like, yes, I beat Jesse. So we might have that compatible battle right now, Jesse, for a good while. But yeah, State of Decay 2, I'm really enjoying. I would say that people who do got Game Pass do pick it up. If you're going to get it physical because you don't got Game Pass, I say probably wait for a few more patches. If you plan on doing it with friends, but if you're doing the single player, definitely pick it up. It's worth the $30. So did that. For PlayStation, I got my first platinum by playing Batman: The Telltale Adventure.
There you go. There you go.
I got that. Matt might be proud of me because now I only got two more trophies I need to get in God of War. I actually got to be 8 more Valkyries and find all the 51 birds. I got like 28 more that I need to find. Mm-hmm. And then I would actually have the platinum in God of War, and that would be my second one before I get back to Ratchet and Clank. Cool. For Switch, I kind of went crazy and bought a lot of games. Got Ikaruga on pre-order. I ended up buying that. Picked up the Frame collection. That game is good. You could probably beat it within maybe about 3 hours if you want to. You just sometimes got to think about stuff and be able to move and everything. But I read the first part, the first frame. Now I'm working on frame 2. I'm going to be returning to Lightfall a little bit later this week, probably by Wednesday, because I think I'm ready to take on getting that dragon loose. I'm still at that part. I get to the third part, and then I slip and fall and die. Be like, no! So, because I'll run out of boxes and everything, and it's just like, no! But Lightfall is so good. Like, it's so tight. Ice Cream Surfer, that's the game that I did pick up. It's a game where you're like on a ice cream cone and you're shooting popsicles and stuff like that. And you fight different enemies and stuff. It's very Japanese, very weird. Nice horizontal 2D shoot 'em up. Just really enjoying that game. Picked up, play a little more of Fox and Forest, getting through that. Picked up N++, and man, yes, the platforming is so tight on
me. Yeah, that's such an underrated platform.
It really is. Oh, it is so
Everyone
good.
Stop this show right now and go buy N++ if you like any sort of platforming whatsoever.
Yeah. If you like jumping from things to other things,
and if you like collecting things, you're gonna have a hard time.
But can you jump while you're from things to other things while you're collecting things?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, have you ever played N+ or N++, Jesse?
I know I played N+, I think a long time ago. I don't know.
On a console far away.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I played it on, but
yeah,
I know for a fact I played. Actually, you know what? I think I have it on my Xbox. I think it was on 360, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have it backwards compatible from 360.
Yeah, I just re-downloaded N+. On my 360, but
on this, I don't have the Switch version money, but didn't they put N+ in N++?
Yeah, it's the Ultimate Edition. They added all the original levels in there from the original N+, the original game in the Flash game, and then all of the DLC from 1, and then there's almost 5,000 levels in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bonkers. But
plus you can download people's levels. It has this whole like almost Mario Maker-esque system in it.
Mm-hmm.
It has, you can download all those levels. There's like a random level generator coming at some point, I think, where like it'll just randomly generate levels for you to play.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't turn into Cloudberry Kingdom's random level generator. That was
insane. Yeah.
Well, that game. I wanted that game to be really good, and it was not. It just was not.
Yeah. So, but yeah, pretty much that's what I've been playing. That I picked up, and then Shape and Beats is coming out. That title is coming out this Thursday. So, hopefully I can pick that up because that soundtrack sounds good, and if the music is banging and the gameplay is tight, it's on and popping for the summer almost for me.
When does that come out? Yeah, because that's something I'm super interested in.
It's coming out this Thursday. Like, okay. I didn't even know. Like, they just said, "Oh, Shapes and Beats is coming out next week." I'm like, okay, when did y'all even announce an official release date? Because y'all just only announced the game, in the direct, and that was it.
I'm hoping that because I know it's different because you were on Rails, but still one of my favorite music games is still Amplitude and Frequency for PlayStation and PS2 or whatever. Those, I want that kind of stuff again. I know they made Amplitude 2 or whatever, but everyone said that across the board that it just wasn't the same.
It wasn't it was. The mechanics and stuff were still good, but it's kind of like if the Burnout team made a racing game, but made sure not to aim at Burnout Paradise.
Yeah. Well, and I think the thing is they had such an amazing soundtrack for those first two. They had major David Bowie and they had such an amazing soundtrack, and it sounds like they mostly went with techno and more stuff like that on the newest one, and didn't really do any remix songs of classics or anything. So
but Harmonix isn't the company they were.
Yeah.
Either it's getting licenses because that was before streaming music was it was always kind of a thing, but it wasn't ubiquitous.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm waiting for Luminous to come to Switch, because soundtrack is gonna be banging. This is the game to play on the go if you just want pure music just to listen to. And also, last but not least, I played the Sushi Striker demo, and I'm gonna have to double dip on 3DS and Switch. That thing is addictive. It's really fun when you get the hang of it, and a lot of people been playing it on the weekend. They were just I'm sold on this game.
Because they couldn't play Mario Tennis because the servers are all messed up.
I downloaded it too, but I didn't start. I didn't even try to play anybody. But that's all I've been playing, and going to be getting ready for my backwards backlog bash. No, not backwards. My backlog bash coming soon for June.
Nice.
That's fun.
Nice. Jesse, what about you?
All right, I'll start with Switch. I haven't played a whole lot on that because I've been just kind of trying to. All my time that I've had, my free time has been going into finishing the two games I'll leave for last. But I did play a little Zelda again. I just love going back to that game every once in a while and just fool around and
it's a good ass game. It really is.
Yeah. I just I honestly I don't know how much I would have to play it to get sick of it, because I honestly could just play it all the time. But I played that a little bit. I actually finally downloaded the demo of ARMS, and I played that, and I actually really enjoyed that. Like, I did not think for a second that game would even slightly interest me.
I told you. Arms. Told you.
Yeah, I do actually like it. I haven't played it the way you're supposed to yet, though. Because I was just kind of playing it on the go.
Oh no! Don't play it with the Joy-Cons. Just play it with a controller.
Okay.
Just play
Okay.
It.
Is it?
No.
Is it
Don't.
better that way?
Oh yeah.
Forget you, Corey. I do what I want.
So yeah, I'm actually
You're lucky
probably
I can't mute you on Skype. Only
Yeah. Welcome to my world. No. I'm gonna filibuster right now.
Wow.
Continue, Jesse.
Yeah. So I'm probably eventually I think I might actually pick that up and fool around with that for a while. But what else? Let's see. I can never remember because I always get like these little cheap games or the games that are on sale, like the indies on Switch that I usually just play around with.
Smart. Did you play that game, that free game, the Cat Squad, the Kitty Squad game?
No.
By PETA, whatever.
PETA.
Is it People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals put out a game? Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's free, but I guess it's like super violent.
Okay,
Okay,
that's kind of the best.
Well, they've known for doing that because you remember they took the Super Mario 3 game and they were trying to make like Mario like a killer of animals.
Oh yeah.
They literally whipped Super Mario Brothers 3, and because he was in a Tanuki suit.
They turned Mario 3 into him stomping on animals and doing like fatality.
Exactly.
Well, what's ironic is have you guys ever seen the number of animals that they euthanize a year? It's insane.
Yep.
Like PETA, it's like, it's kind of ironic, but that's besides the point. But I know what else I played on Switch. I played a little bit of actually no, I just forgot it again. God.
I played video games.
It was the last couple of days, like I haven't been getting, like today I slept a whole 3 hours.
Dang.
I've been up since like 5:30, and I went to bed at 2 this morning.
I thought, wait, what time did you? We got all. Well, we stopped playing yesterday. What around?
Around 12:30. It was.
How did you get to bed at 2:30?
Because I slept my normal schedule during the day. I was trying to get up early, but no one woke me up. Well, the kids tried to wake me up at one point, and I just fell back asleep, and it was like 5:30 when I woke up at night.
Look, we call that roll to the right. That you get up and you just roll to the side.
Like, oh yeah, time to get up.
Yeah. But yeah, crap. I can't think now what the heck it was. I had it.
Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon.
No, I haven't played that.
Oh yes, I played that too.
Did you?
Oh, that game. Yes, that game is like the bomb.
Hyper Light Drifter.
It's pretty much Shovel Knight meets Castlevania. Because every time I play the game, I'm like, this feels like Shovel Knight within this music and stuff.
Well, I wanted
the music, Matt.
No, I'm with you.
I wanted to get it, but then like Larry said that he had a lot of issues with it, because that's the one where the like guy that's like all heavy metal and he's got the guitar or whatever, like in blood everywhere, right?
No, that's Slain. That's Slain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slain's really good, but it I can see where someone would have issues with it. Okay. But Bloodstained is it's
Igarashi.
It's Koji Igarashi, the guy who did Symphony of the Night.
Okay.
It was created as one of the stretch goals for the Kickstarter for Bloodstained.
Okay.
And it's just an 8-bit prequel game. And I've seen it being played. I have not played it yet.
Okay. Okay.
The reason I haven't played it yet is because the day before they released it, they released a message to all of the Kickstarter backers saying, yeah, the developer of this dropped the ball and you guys don't get codes yet because the developer they didn't go in and set those up. So I think we're like a week.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's silly, but I feel like at least they let us know and say, hey, you're still getting your free copy. It's just to actually go create these codes so you can.
And I think that's why me and you was talking, Matt, about you knew about it, but to us who didn't put in the Kickstarter, didn't know nothing about it. Because I just thought it was a brand new game that they announced at the 8-Bit Summit. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. And they bring the Switch. Oh yeah. So I thought it was a brand new game that they just announced and was going to be dropping the next day.
Well, it is a brand new game, but the people that backed the Kickstarter knew about it forever ago. I think of that they I don't remember hearing a lot about its development specifically, mainly because I think Igarashi, he's the one who does all the updates. Yeah. I think he was focusing on the big one. And since he said, oh, this game is being developed by, I think, what is it? It's either Indie Crates or Inti Crates. I always forget.
Inti Crates.
But he said he just sort of left that to that, and he sort of QA'd it as they made progress. And when he said that they had a release date for it, he's like, I've played it and I like it. And that was really all his endorsement. He's like, I had fun with this, and I think anybody who wants my game could too. And it looks like Castlevania on NES. It is legitimately Castlevania on NES.
Yeah.
So all sorts down.
Yeah, the thing I was thinking of, this is why it's nothing interesting, but they had those pinball games where you get the game free and then you basically
buy tables.
Yeah, buy tables. Yeah. So
Pinball
that's
Arcade.
What I got. Yeah, the one on Switch that they just recently released. I downloaded that and played that for a little while. Those are always fun. I love pinball machines. So, and you can actually turn the switch, so it's the long way, so you can play. Yeah. So that's nice. So yeah, I played that. That was the other thing that I was trying to think of. I knew it was something weird.
that game specifically is it probably makes a great deal of sense on Switch.
Yeah.
I knew a bunch of people that have it on PS4. And and I'm like, I don't want to play a pinball game with a controller.
Yeah.
I had it on Vita, and I bought a couple extra tables just because I like pinball as well. Yeah. And then I actually ended up buying a lot more of that on iPad.
Okay.
A lot of that is going away soon. A lot. I don't know when or why, but I know a lot of the midway tables I think all of the midway tables are being taken out of Pinball Arcade, where if you have them, you can play them, but you won't be able to buy them. So if you want Addams Family, if you want Twilight Zone, if you want Terminator, you might want to look into purchasing them as soon as you can.
Addams Family is seriously, it's one of the best tables. I love that, and the South Park. We have the South Park one at the that place that we went with our kids and stuff a little while ago. That's a big arcade place.
Dave and Buster's.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like that, but it's more like your Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that. They've got laser tag and bumper cars and carousel and just everything you can think of that is there basically, but it's mostly kid driven, and then they've got some tables there, and then a lot of classic arcade games and Time Crisis and things, games like that as well. A lot of light guns. And then Mario Kart, and they got all the all kinds of stuff. But we usually go there every once in a while and go play some arcades. We just got a barcade just recently though that I still haven't gone to. That's got a lot of good games there. So
let me tell you something. Philadelphia has a couple of barcades. Talk about enabling.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you go in, grab a beer, and then all of a sudden you are 2 beers and like you spent money on 2 beers on top of like $20 funneling into arcade machines. Oh, it's a good time.
Well, what's nice, like I'll probably have a drink or two, but I mostly drink soda, and if you drink soda, it's unlimited and it's free. So
Nice.
I'll make out on the deal.
Working the system, Jesse Douglas. Good job. Respect.
Budget.
Yeah, exactly. 2 kids and no extra money. That's what that's called.
Although I will say this, my barcade actually has a very good condition Moonwalker.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Beat that in one sitting last time I was there. Oh, that's a good time. Moonwalker's so good. Anyway, you still playing anything, Jesse?
Then obviously like all the stuff we've been playing on squad goals and stuff, Fortnite, Halo 5, all the good stuff.
What's a Halo? No, I'm kidding.
Nice. Well,
Corey,
I guess it's my turn. Almost 40
Hour
minutes into this
later.
podcast.
we've got places to be, Corey. Will you hurry up?
I know, right? Well, I mean, I really haven't been playing a whole lot, to be honest with you. I've been trying to make sure, I mean, besides the stuff we've been playing for, like, squad goals and stuff, I've been working on the website still and making sure everything is buttery smooth on that end and transferring all, like, downloading and transferring a bunch of stuff to my Xbox hard drive, the hard drive I just purchased. So, yeah, it turns out that takes a while. Games are big.
Right.
Especially when you are downloading 4K assets. Those are
A
those assets are
mess.
big. It's
So yeah, how big is Halo 5?
It's like 119 gigs or something.
That's
Well,
what
I
she
guess-
said.
I guess it's not too bad considering it's almost 100 just for the regular one.
Yeah. I mean, I think they had those assets pre-done and then they just scaled them down, and now you're just like getting the full thing. So.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I've been playing a lot of multiplayer Gears actually, but save that for Arsenal X for another time. So,
Yes.
Dodgeball's a great mode. I wish more games had that kind of mode, but
I've never played that mode.
oh, it's so cool. It's like it's 5v5 and everybody has one life, but once you kill somebody on the other team, it brings another player back on your team. So it's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot because that's all. Because you told me that it was a really good game type, so I tried it, and that was the only thing so far that I played. Because I don't play it that much, but yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. I love it. I love it, man. But honestly, I've been trying to get everything up on the website. Everything is up except for the backlogs of podcasts, which is like the next goal. So, and every single 20 questions we've ever played. So, that still needs to go up too. But everything else,
Man, some of those are a mess.
I know. Some of them are long. Some of them are just as long as the other podcasts.
Some of them are like 2 hours long. It's ridiculous.
I know.
Thank God Moose figured out a way to streamline that. Oh my god.
What would we do without Moose? Ugh.
I mean,
you already got the meme of him with the long hair. So
man.
well, no,
No, just wait till Friday. Oh, by the way, before we get into news, this Friday, the first Nerds Gone Rogue episode 100 hype trailer goes up at 8 a.m. So make sure you come to our YouTube channel and check that out, featuring Moose. It's all Moose all the time. It's a good time, man. I'm working on
much Moose. Even Canada has questions.
Right. I don't know. I thought it was okay.
I like it. It's really good.
So I'm working on Matt's now and mine, and then the proper 100. So it's going to be a good time. So join us. Join us for episode 100 live on June 18th on YouTube or on demand on the 25th.
June 18th?
Yeah.
How does that work?
What do you mean?
It seems like it's 2 weeks off.
It's like 3.5.
No, but I mean, no, I'm telling you, like 2 weeks, like in a row. Never mind. Let's do this another time.
Maybe I messed up. I don't know. Math
No,
is
it's fine. I'm pretty sure. You're probably fine. I'm probably crazy. So, what do you say we get into the meat of the show?
Yeah, let's do this. We've got news and we've got questions. I was not expecting to talk about what we've been playing for 45 minutes, but
You're welcome.
yeah, it's Matt's fault. It's Matt's fault. Let's get into some of these news bits. So, there's, like I said before, there's a lot of Pokemon news and kind of information, more or less. Like I said at the top of the show, there is a big rumor that that there is a Pokemon Direct coming at some point this week. So if it does happen tomorrow or Tuesday, obviously it will not be covered because we record the show on Sundays, but it will be covered on Friday's episode. So stay tuned for that. But this one is a doozy, guys. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Game Informer. This comes from Game Informer. Got to remember to give those sources. Am I right?
Yeah.
This from Game Informer. Pokemon Switch rumors suggest we are going back to Kanto. The internet has been lighting up in the last few days, which over what appear to be possible leaks of a Pokemon game for Switch. Anonymous users of the image board 4chan, which is known for a number of very true video game leaks and far larger number of fake ones, post the titles and details of which they claim are the next few Pokemon games, which we discussed last week. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. New information suggests that Pokemon Yellow is being remade and reimagined for the Switch. Pokemon Yellow was the third game of the first generation, slightly redesigned to be more in line with the anime, with changes like getting all the starter Pokemon on your team and starting with Pikachu instead. I mean, we kind of talked about this last week, but when bigger outlets start reporting on this stuff, I like to bring it up again just to reiterate that we seem to be going back to Kanto, which is what is going to get me to purchase Pokemon again. So
now hang on. When you read through the story, it said that they leaked a Pokemon game. Didn't they announce a Pokemon game?
They did.
Or am I crazy?
No, they announced a Pokemon game last year, but they have not said what generation, what game it is, what the titles are. They just we know there is a mainline Pokemon game in the works for Switch.
Yeah, they said it was a new one.
They just had that dude, and voiceover, right? It wasn't
right. It was literally.
It wasn't even. They didn't even have a logo either.
It was literally just a nice little Asian man sitting at a desk saying, "Yeah, we're working on it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it reeks of hey, we should. It reeks of the Final Fantasy VII remake and the Shenmue remake.
Well, those have been
except Nintendo probably said, okay, we're going to talk about this now, but we're not going to show them anything for a year.
Yeah. In addition to what we talked about last week, 2 domains, PokemonLet'sGoPikachu.com, PokemonLet'sGoEevee.com, were registered by the domain registration company CSC, Corporate Domains, Inc. This is notable because CSC corporate domains also registered domains for Pokemon Sun and Moon, PokemonSunMoon.com, which is the official website of Gen 7 titles on 3DS. And Nintendo also uses this company to find domains for them as well. So pretty sure these are the next 2 Pokemon games.
I still pour my grain of thought. I have my thoughts.
Ed, you're the worst. Go away.
Watch last episode. I'll turn it over to Jesse and Matt. I have nothing to say.
Wait, give me the brief version. Why this tone?
Ed always has this tone for the weirdest things.
Oh, okay. All right, fine.
And just
Because
give a 2-sentence summary of why you have salt.
why I have thought. The Pokemon Company is not known for going back to past towns when they release new games. And if they go back to, hold on, listen. If they do go back to an old town, that's after that new game is finished, or if they're doing a remake. Most of their remakes have been. Oh, and right there, you said two lines.
Well,
So,
let me ask you this: wouldn't a remake / reimagining of Yellow count as a remake? Because the last
But
few,
that's the problem.
Hold on. The last few, like the last probably like 6 or 8 Pokemon games have gone mainline Pokemon game, sequel to that mainline Pokemon game, remake. So we got Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got sequel, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's time for a remake. And this would be the remake of Yellow.
But that's the problem. They said it's a new Pokemon.
They never said it was a new Pokemon.
Yes,
they
it
said
was.
they said there's
They're
a
working
mainline.
on a new. They're
Nope.
working right on the new mainline Pokemon game. If it's mainline, that means it's the next one after Sun and Moon.
Well, what if that mainline Pokemon game's
so-
not ready for this year and they want to get a Pokemon game?
So
out?
okay. Hang on. I am. You guys are just going in circles now.
This is all we ever do,
Like,
and like I literally just have to end the conversation because like
I was not hungover today, but the speed at which you guys are circling each other is going to make me vomit.
That's why I said go watch last week's episode.
Now, I feel like Ed is taking the similar tact that I take with this new From Software game. Like everyone's talking about, oh, it's Bloodborne 2. Oh, it's Tenchu. Oh, it's when a long time ago Miyazaki said they're working on a new IP.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. So I will go with that until I'm told otherwise. Now I think Ed is probably astute to take his position, and he definitely has his reasons for it, as he stated. But I also think that, you know, we as fans of video games are given information that's vague at best a lot of times, especially when they've announced a title but giving you no detail about it. And I think Nintendo, as a point of practice, is very vague about their titles until they're ready to show them. And based on this story and what we've gotten thus far, I feel like just it's not fair to take this tact until you have information.
Right, and they haven't even announced what the game is, or the name of it.
They're just like, I mean, it sounds like a Dr. Dre album at this point. Oh, the next one's coming. Just wait.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, everything is pointing to there being information sometime this week about it, because Pokemon always has their own direct in May right before E3, because they don't, you know, they're not usually part of the proper Nintendo Directs. They'll just
because Nintendo.
Yeah, well.
Well, actually, no. The Pokemon Company has more than Nintendo does.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna have their own Direct, and then they'll be part of the Treehouse presentation. They will not be part of the proper Direct unless it's like close to being finished and Nintendo wants to show it off because they want to sell systems this fall. But that was
say this Pokemon on a console has me looking.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I just brought this story up again because, you know, there are registered domains now from the company that Nintendo uses, which is interesting.
Well, the thing is too, like, I mean, I guess I would, like, if it literally, like, the only similarity that it has to Yellow is that it takes place in the same area, can you really consider that a remake? Like, I mean, like, because, like, I'm thinking, what if it literally, like, it's taking place in the same area and the same time period,
But it's a new
not,
story.
but it's a new story, and it's not technically the same exact game, just redone. Like I would consider that a different game. So I mean, if that's what they do, then I guess that
my whole thing is like just for me personally, and we're gonna move on because there's a lot more stuff to cover and we have questions. But like for me, I think this is a way for them to get their feet wet with, you know, I'm not expecting this to be like a Breath of the Wild style Pokemon game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally thinking it's gonna be like Sun and Moon up-resed, and then they just use the assets from those games of those Pokemon, and then they just create, like, this is a way for them to get their feet wet and how to use the Switch hardware, similar to how, you know, Naughty Dog ported The Last of Us to PS4 to get their feet wet on how to use the new hardware. So that's my thing, but we're moving on. I'm cutting it right there.
Which reminds me, I gotta go to Dunkin' Donuts to get some coffee and donuts for that direct. I gotta have breakfast.
More Pokemon news. Pokemon Switch Studio reviews game design and details for job posting for their next game. Game Freak Inc., best known for their development team behind Pokemon video games. This is from Nintendo Life. Posted a job opening that may hint at the latest game in the series for Switch. Twitter user @PixelPar tweeted out, Game Freak is hiring a UI designer to handle animations in the user interface. UI animation design.
Must hate Digimon.
Yeah. Some involvement with overseas language data and stuff like that. So, interesting that they're hiring for that specific position. Not that I don't know about UI. I don't know how late in the game that's added or how early they design it, but I'm assuming UI can be tweaked all the way up until.
Well, they do have that elephant game, so
yeah, that's true, and that weird jockey solitaire game on 3DS.
Yeah.
But what was it like?
It was the you play solitary while being a jockey, and you had to do solitaire. The more cards that you get rid of and solve, the more you make your horse go faster. It was a 3DS digital title.
Oh, okay. So it's like that. You must build a boat thing.
Kind
where
of.
you use a match 3 mechanics to build a boat, which makes so much sense when you talk about it.
Plus Game Freak does do a lot of mobile stuff too, so that could be something for them as well. And last bit of news for Pokemon, you can now register your email for news on Pokemon for Nintendo Switch. This is also from Nintendo Life. Here's an exciting little turn of events. A brand new page for Pokemon on Nintendo Switch has popped up on the official US store page. There's very little detail to glean from it, but it does include the following tease for things to come. Enter your email below to register your interest in the pending title for Pokemon on Switch, and to order and information on how to pre-order the game. Blah 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 blah. Then there's a link. Very interesting. Makes me really think we're gonna at least hear about Pokemon soon. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm still skeptical. We only got a bunch of major news stories about it. I don't know, man. Follow the money.
Fair. I'm glad Matt's here. Matt, I wish you were on the show every week.
Time is a problem
I
sometimes.
know. No, I get it. Trust me.
I hear you. That's why I'm a question block sometimes.
A canceled Wii U game.
I was gonna do a bad pun. I'm not gonna do it.
What?
Canceled Wii U game. Continue.
Yep. Canceled Wii U game Road Redemption is coming to Switch. Road Redemption is a spiritual successor to the N64 title Road Rage, which was ironically a spiritual successor to Road Rash. Was announced way back in 2013. But now Pixel Dash Studios will be releasing the game on Switch as well as other platforms. Road Redemption is a combat racing game where players ride motorcycles and try to take each other out during the race. The game will support online multiplayer, forward-player, split-screen co-op, and lots of, quote, brutal weapons. And it will feature Shovel Knight as a playable character. Count me in. Anytime Shovel Knight's involved, I'm buying it.
A knight on a motorcycle.
Right.
All right.
That character's just showing up everywhere, man. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
He's
Let's
everywhere.
Let's just hope this isn't another the playgrounds, like where you think it's gonna be like NBA Jam, and then it just doesn't end up doing it correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if Shovel Knight takes the hat off and it's Pauline? That would be
What if he
amazing.
just takes his helmet off and he's Waluigi?
Let's go
Equally-
move on
like
to the
I
next
said.
story.
Equally good.
Yeah.
It's like I said,
I completely
Master
missed.
Chief is really Toadstool.
No, I completely missed Road Redemption I missed the story on Wii U, but like I loved Road Rash was Genesis, right?
Yeah, I had it on Genesis. Yeah,
And then I didn't play Road Rage.
I didn't either.
But I remember shortly after I got back into video games, there were like a lot of IGN personalities were doing like, why don't people bring back this game? And like there was always your obligatory, Shenmue, Mutant League
so
Football.
you're explaining the internet to us. Thank you.
Yeah, there was your obligatory Shenmue, Mutant League Football, and Road Rash, and I'm like, yeah, what happened to Road Rash? But then I'm like, that game probably would not work well, but hopefully this does.
That IP is owned by EA, right?
What, Road Rash?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we're not getting it unless they. You know what they should do? They should do Burnout versus Road Rash.
Well, Burnout already has motorcycles in it,
That's what I'm saying.
and Burnout motorcycles are good
That's what
without the combat.
That's what I'm saying.
Road Rash versus
No.
Excite Bike.
No. No.
Yeah.
I played
No.
Excitebike. I played Excitebike 64. Guess what? That game was fun.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Jeez.
Seriously though, that new Mutant League Football, like the newest one that they've released, is actually really good. There's a lot of swearing in it though. I was kind of surprised.
I've heard it's either okay or a dumpster fire. I've not heard. Yeah.
Well, it's just unique, like, because it's just something that we haven't really had like that in a long time, since the original. So it's like because of that, like it's just so different, and like I don't know, it was fun, and just like the best part about it is the announcers actually.
Nice. Okay, so we're just going to do one more news story here. I think we've got 3 left, but we're just going to do this one here so we can get to our questions. Nintendo is now selling Switch consoles without docks in Japan. An interesting news story, an interesting twist on their, quote, home console that you can take with you. Nintendo is now selling dockless Switch consoles in Japan on its official store. The consoles are targeted to users who already have a Switch and a dock, but one can easily see people buy them who just want a portable console. The Switch unit without the docks are also cheaper. They're approximately $244, which is about $50 cheaper than the standard Switch with the dock, which is funny because the dock by itself is $90.
It's $80. Yeah, exactly. So they should take that much off.
Also, the Switch does not come with an AC adapter, which is another $30.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
Well, that's normal in Japan because they did that for their 3DSs. Every time they released the system, you had to buy the.
they did that here too.
Yeah.
They did that with
They didn't do that with all the 3DSs, did they?
They did.
No,
They
just
did
the
with
newer ones.
the launch
new 3DS
ones.
XL.
The launch ones came with them. The 3DS XLs came with them, but then the new 3DSs do not come with them.
Right. Just the new 2DS XLs come with them.
Which is crazy because you have to, when you trade them in at GameStop, you have to have a charger with it.
Yeah. It's
When
just
they
a
don't
joke.
even when they don't even
It's-
come.
Yeah, it's just a joke in general. Like, seriously, why would you? Who would buy one without a charger? I mean, it's just.
I mean, but
it was
see,
ridiculous.
therein lies the genius. It's capitalism.
I mean, that's Japan because they feel like if you already own it, you don't need more components. So all they need to do is sell you the system. So that's more money for Nintendo, and they're thinking of the customer interest and the value. Like if you already own the Switch, and someone is playing it out the dock, you could just put yours in the dock and charge it.
But again, you're still not saving as much as what the actual thing that they're not giving you is worth. So
I mean,
it's not really for
realize,
the customer.
But see,
Well,
they
then
don't. But you gotta also realize
all that tells you is, Jesse, that the dock isn't worth $90.
Yeah, well,
plus,
exactly.
Plus, you got to realize that they charge more for the Switch in Japan than they do here. So just because it's like $50 off, they actually charge. I think their Switches was like $314, $320 when they first came out. So they were charging more than what they was charging here in America. So
yeah. Well, I'll be interested to see if they bring that here. I doubt it. I think people would flip if they try to sell a Switch for $50.
People would just buy that. People would just buy that $20 dock thing.
They wouldn't. They won't flip. They'll just complain.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, well, I guess I have to charge this thing.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's get to our question block questions. Let's try to speed through these because, we've already been going for an hour. Unless you guys really want to answer them all, we'll do it.
I mean, I like questions.
Okay.
Do them rapid fire.
Yeah. Okay. Megan Green, longtime fan, asks, do you think we will see Yoshi and Fire Emblem titled and dated at E3?
Yes.
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 Are they making another Fire Emblem game?
Yep. They announced it at launch.
They've got like 7 of them on Switch.
There aren't any Fire Emblem games on Switch.
Oh, really?
There's only
what's all this Fire Emblem I keep hearing about?
Well, the 3DS has like, 5 games, and then
which has Fire Emblem,
and then Fire Emblem Heroes is a phone game, and then technically there's one, I guess, Fire Emblem Warriors. It's not really a Fire Emblem game, but it's more of a Dynasty Warriors with Fire Emblem characters.
Oh, okay.
But the mainline Fire Emblem games is not on Switch yet. But they did announce that one was coming.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm a guess here as well then.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I want to see more of this Fire Emblem game. Like that's like the one game that they haven't detailed that I'm like really interested in.
That'll be at E3.
Yeah. So, Sam Hall writes in and asks, "What would you rather have next? A new 2D Mario or a new 2D Zelda?"
2D Mario.
Yeah, 2D Mario for me.
Yeah, Mario for me too.
I'm gonna go Zelda. For the simple fact that the 2D Mario games have not been all that great.
Have you played Legend of Princess, Matt?
No.
Check it out on PC. You'll get the idea of what a 2D Zelda game could be.
I would much rather. Yeah, but I would much. I'm saying I would much rather see a new 2D Zelda than a 2D Mario.
Do you want it in like the Link? Do you want it like pixelated, like Link to the Past, or do you want it like a Link Between Worlds, which has that semi 3D feel to it?
Either or. Because I feel like we know we're not going to get a mainline Zelda for a long time. We know that's just because that's just Nintendo's habit. If they want to do a weird offshoot 2D wise, let them do it.
Yeah. They did confirm though that they are trying to use the Breath of the Wild engine again.
And Godspeed, because it's a damn good engine. But like new Super Mario Brothers, like it's very tired at this point. Unless they're going to change 2D Mario. Or at least iterate on it a little bit. I don't really think we need to, unless they're bringing Mario Maker to Switch. If they're bringing Mario Maker to Switch, that's a 2D Mario, I'm down with.
I want King
looking
Wart
for.
I want King Wart back.
I want the Mario and Luigi box art style as 2D Mario art
2D
style,
Mario.
please. Thanks.
I just want actual suits again. I want the frog suit and the Tanuki suit.
Nope. No.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Yes.
No.
I want the suits.
I'll take Cat Mario again though. That was fun.
The frog suit I'm down with. The other one.
Cape or raccoon suit, guys? What are you, cape guy or raccoon suit guy?
Cape guy. Duh.
Raccoon.
Yeah, I'm raccoon. I'm
Yeah.
tail all the way.
I'm more.
Okay, so-
I'm more of a. I'm gonna play as Princess Peach and pull turnips out of the ground kind of guy. Mario 2 represent what?
So,
Oh no, I
so
said I wanted King Wart.
I know, I'm just messing with you guys. Okay. Our next question comes from Marcus D'Angelo. What games would you like to see on the Nintendo 64 Classic? That was another news story we didn't cover today, but there were patents filed for Nintendo 64 controller and system this week. So that was interesting. But
without having the rare collection on there, that's
yeah.
That's-
Because
Yeah.
I found out today that they're like, even though Nintendo owns Donkey Kong, they're not allowed to put Donkey Kong 64 on there if they were to do it.
Yeah, it's a rare engine.
Yeah, and they that's why they weren't allowed to have all 3 Donkey Kong Country games on the Super Nintendo. It's because Rare technically still owns the rights to the second 2 games. And the only reason why Nintendo was allowed to put the first game on there is because that was almost pre-Rare purchase, I think. So when they started developing that.
I would love to see the 64 DD stuff that came from Japan that we never got.
I don't think that would sell a 64 Classic in the U.S. though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think a lot of people would be intrigued though to still buy it to play that.
I mean,
because we never got it.
if they put that in with a bunch of essential stuff, sure.
Yeah.
Well, like the Euro Zelda stuff, I think the Master Quest, I think would go over pretty well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to. There's so many obvious choices. Like Mario 64 is one of my favorite games of all time. That
Yeah.
definitely is going to be on there.
Yoshi's Story.
I really don't know what would be on there because Rare was so
Well, the obvious ones are Mario 64, Ocarina
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time,
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask. I think Pilot Wing 64 will be on there.
If they work with Capcom, they could get Resident Evil 2 on there.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
That's a tough ask, but I think 1080 would probably be on there.
1080.
Wave Race.
Turok.
Wave Race, Turok.
Mm-hmm.
I
I know what I'm thinking, but it would never happen.
Yeah, I don't think GoldenEye can happen.
Yeah, GoldenEye can't happen. Perfect Dark can't happen.
Yeah.
Super Mario 64 can't happen. I mean, Superman 64 can't happen.
Well, then no one wants that to happen.
Yeah, nobody wants
Anybody who wants that is lying to themselves.
Yeah, like my N64 classic would have all the wrestling games on it.
Because they can have Mortal Kombat trilogy on there.
And then because literally all I there was games I had, but all I ever played was the NWO versus WCW.
Right. Those CHQ wrestling games were the bomb. Dude.
Yeah, well, there's a reason that there's a whole place you can go to where people have modded those and they update them still, and you can play them on your PC. They've got wrestlers from Japan and from Mexico and from all over the world that they add to it and constantly adding to it and basically just keep it going. It's insane. There's a whole world where that game still exists.
That's insane. I don't know. There's just a lot on there that just couldn't be. I mean, Space Station Silicon Valley could probably be on there because it's just a Rockstar thing, right? So
yeah.
What about the South Park games?
No, thanks. Man, Glover would be on there.
I'm finding myself thinking of more bad N64 games that I don't want to play again.
I know.
There's a lot of ones.
Beetle Adventure Racing.
I think that's why without having rare, you kind of this one you would literally probably have to write down.
They would almost have to make.
Issue.
They would almost have to make a deal with Microsoft to get those IP.
Yeah.
Even if they had to charge $100 for this thing, just to even have Donkey Kong and Banjo on there is like.
I think Microsoft would do it. I think Microsoft would catch the
I'm
deal.
sure Microsoft
I
would
think
do it. The
Microsoft
question
would
is
catch
if
the deal.
Nintendo would do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because Microsoft deal would be like, if you allow us to put we'll allow you guys to take this if you could get Banjo and stuff in Smash.
yeah,
I think they'll work with each other and do it.
yeah. Our next question comes from Samantha Cross. She asks, I know we've answered this question probably like 2 or 3 times at this point, but I picked it because I kind of want to hear Matt's answer. Dream Smash characters, pick 2.
This is bad because I don't know who's not in Smash Brothers right now.
Well, my two choices are Shovel Knight and Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Those are my two.
Shovel Knight would definitely be one of mine.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like he has enough, or Shovel Knight has enough of a repertoire to compete with anybody who's really good with Link.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lionel from Breath of the Wild, a Lionel.
It's not
I
even
mean,
fair, man.
It's not. Put Ganon's in there. Put a Lionel in there. Just mess up everybody. Has that charge, twirls his axe. Good time.
Yeah, like for me, I'd like to see Rayman and like what's his name from SteamWorld Dig.
Oh, Rusty, the first one, the first guy.
Yeah.
I could see Nintendo like really going for the indie characters just because like they're kind of.
Well, and he would work. Like I think he would work pretty well in that. Like like he's got the sticky bomb things. Well, I guess that's more in the second one though, isn't it? So I forget. Does he have sticky bombs in the first one?
I don't remember.
That
I
he
never
shoots.
played the first game.
Okay. Like I have it. I played it a little bit, but I haven't got very far. Yeah, maybe more the second one then, because he's got he can shoot and you could use his grappling hook thing as a grab type attack.
Yeah.
I mean that would just work, I think, good. And then obviously Rayman and he would work well. Any of the characters really in that game would work.
Yeah.
Like the chick with the sword, I forget what her name is now. And she would be pretty cool too.
Yeah, that would be cool. Ed, what about you? You've been quiet.
Aaron from Final Fantasy 12 and one of the ninjas from the Yagyu clan from Breath of the Wild.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that would be sweet.
That's a good one.
I do like those guys.
That way, if you throw a banana down, they'd be like, hoo, 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 and you can smash them out. Or when they get their ultimate smash, they all come and just destroy everybody and smash everybody out. Orin is just he's just so cool for Final Fantasy 12 that him and Cloud going together with their sword, just going at it. That would be awesome with the characters. Yeah.
And maybe instead of the double jump, they would just do their teleport thing. It would go, poof, poof, pop from one place to the other.
Yeah,
they could do that. That would be cool.
That would be OP as hell, though.
Yeah, everybody would learn that, and they have to ban them for tournaments.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting excited. The Cavs game is very close right now. It's very close to where it's
Corey's betting that
Corey's
the Cavs win.
Corey's watching his true love.
He needs them to win.
I do, and it's not dude, we don't do well in Boston. And we're winning by 3, but Larry Nance just traveled, so that's why he's a defensive specialist.
I got 67-66.
It's 69-66.
Oh, okay.
Whoa,
10 less than 10 minutes left.
Yeah, there's 8 something left. Yeah, man, Larry Nance. That's why you don't get the ball. That's why you get rebounds and you pass the ball to LeBron.
Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, I'm very scared. I am very scared about this game. Our last question. Sorry, Nintendo podcast, not sports. We'll talk about this on B-Sides this week, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Derek Hazelton wrote in. He says, just found you and the Nerds Gone Rogue podcast since I got a new job where I can listen to more podcasts, and I'm having a great time with them. My question is, do you think we will get another Breath of the Wild type Zelda on the Switch?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we will.
I think we'll see it in 2021 though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while. I think we're gonna get a darker Majora's Mask-esque style in the Breath of the Wild engine. Like, I think they're gonna explore the color palette a little bit, just because, like, you know how, Ed, we've talked about this quite a few times on our own, where, like, you know how Breath of the Wild is very blue. Like, they explore a lot of blues and greens, and even inside the Divine Beast is like pretty colorful and like. But they use that purple and black and red kind of color palette inside the Divine Beast and the purple gunk that's kind of like floating around or whatever.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna explore that range of color more in the next one.
I think with that, I think they're gonna work more on the physics, because I think pretty much Breath of the Wild is a physics game, and people are just going to still try to explore what they could do in that game without modding it or, you know, doing some kind of trick. They could be like, oh, we could do, the game allow us to do this. You want to show off this cool thing that they never thought of. So I think they're gonna be working more on physics too with it.
Yeah. I kind of feel like it's gonna be a while before we get that, obviously, but like more towards, like, I think they want to finish the Switch's life cycle strong. And I think that's where they're going to bring in this Zelda game.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, what if they did like almost kind of went back to having like one of the like the people that the main bosses that you have to go against be the Mirror Link again, but like have a theme going through it where there's levels or areas that you do that are similar to ones you've done before, but they're like a dark, like a unique, like, it looks similar to them, but it's like more of a dark version of it, like an alternate version of it. Like they could even do something like that where they can kind of have both things at the same time. You can still have your lights, but then they can work on doing really cool art in a dark, you know, more of like almost like a negative, like a negative world where it's like the opposite, you know, more of a darks than lights. That would be kind of a cool way to do it, where you could still have both.
Yeah. But you know what? Let us play as Zelda this time. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be sweet to finally get to do that.
I'm not just saying that just because, like, more diversity in games or whatever, but like, I think it would be really cool to have a Zelda game actually focus on the titular character, you know? So
yeah.
So, or like, I don't know, they spent all that time in Hyrule Warriors putting a lot of story into Linkle. Like, I think that'd be cool if you could choose between Link or Linkle as well. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I think it'd be cool. What about you, Matt? You've been quiet.
I don't think we will.
You don't?
I think if we get another Zelda, if they put out a Zelda title in the Breath of the Wild engine, it won't be like the next Zelda. I don't see them doing that, because they take so long to move that franchise forward.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but like, when I was reading an interview, and they acknowledged that, and they said it's because they've built a new engine for every Zelda game every time they've made a new release, except for Majora's Mask. Every time they've made a new Zelda game, they've made a new engine to run with that, and they want to get these games out faster.
Yeah.
And that's why they're improving upon and reusing the Breath of the Wild engine so they can get a new game out faster. But then you have, like, they say that, but then they have all these creative ideas that they change all the time. Look how many times, like, how many gameplay trailers and how many trailers did we see of Breath of the Wild where that art style changed?
Right.
Or like, you know, designs of the towers changed, or designs of the dungeons and shrines have changed. So, I mean, there's even that glitch that's still in Breath of the Wild where you go to the one specific corner of one of the bridge towers, and you stand in the shadow, and it shows the original art style. So
yeah,
I mean, look, as long as it's good, I don't care. Like, we're used to waiting 5 years for Zelda anyway. So
Right.
Well, and what's if you think about it too, like it's kind of sad that the first Zelda that almost every system has got is basically running on the old hardware, and you're not getting an actual new Zelda made for that console until its life is over.
right.
yeah.
So like it's a good, like they've got such a good engine in this, it really would be a disappointing for them to not like use it and improve what they've already did, and bring one out sooner.
Yeah.
Which I think that was part of the delays working working with that engine.
Yeah.
Creating something like that for ground up.
Plus,
Yeah.
I think they delayed it on purpose to make it a Switch launch title, and that allowed them.
Yeah, they
have
did.
more time.
Yeah.
Allowed them to have more time to work on it anyway.
Also, they're on the rare time we get, a second one in a console cycle. Skyward Sword was the second one in the console cycle,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and that game is terrible.
No, not really.
It is.
No, it's bad.
It's
No.
not good.
That motion stuff is.
It's not
garbage.
good. It's not good.
Well, look, Corey, what did we say? We agree to disagree.
Yep. Yep. Look, I've tried to play Skyward Sword 3 times now, and like, I love where the story's going. I think it has one of the most interesting stories in a Zelda game, but I just I don't want to feel like I'm trying to solve a puzzle every time I'm fighting an enemy. That's my issue with it. Is like every time I find an enemy, I don't know which way to swipe, and even when I do, like the Wii remote can't read what way I'm swiping, so it's just like I'm done.
Screw it.
Yeah. So I do expect to see all like the last 3 Zelda games in HD on Switch at some point, though. Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword at some point. Like I really do.
Because you agreed that if they add like Pro Controller, or like you could put the Joy-Con in the grip and just play it like that, I think a lot of people will probably appreciate more Skyward Sword.
Yeah. So I don't know.
See, like Skyward Sword, I powered through Skyward Sword and returned it the minute I was done. Like I didn't want to go back.
Sorry, J.R. Smith hit a 3-pointer, and I got really excited because it's like the first time he's hit a shot this whole series.
I've gone on record to bash Corey about his love for Twilight Princess, but at the same time, I don't think Twilight Princess is the worst of the Zeldas the way most people do.
The Majora's Mask.
The worst one is I believe is Skyward Sword. I think Majora's Mask is one of the better ones. But also like Majora's Mask and Adventures of Link and Minish Cap are all like just weird ones that if your mind's not open to that, you're probably predisposed to not like it. But if we get another Zelda this on Switch, I will be happy. I'm not holding my breath for it. And if we do something weird.
Yeah.
Don't do Skyward Sword. That's going to get all of the super Zelda fanboys on board because it's like, oh, that's where it all began. That's why this is so great. That's why it's a 10 because it shows us how everything began. When none of that really matters.
Yeah, just do something weird. Like give me Breath of the Wild with like a little bit extra, a little something weird. Just give me something weird.
Yeah. I think they will.
I think Wart from Mario 2 should just be the enemy. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. let me collect turnips so I can throw them at Wart. That's how you beat him.
You're gonna be cooking those turnips.
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta collect 900 turnip roots.
Yes. More
And you know
collecting.
what? And you know what? Corey will pull up a map to find out where all the parts are at for him to do that. He will accomplish it.
Hey man, I had 3 interactive maps for the Korok seeds up. So. Oh, what was that?
That's
Garbage.
dedication.
That's some Lee Navarro Nintendo playing there.
It's true. It's true, but he probably had them all mounted on his like 4K 37-inch power PCs.
37-inch, really? That's
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
It looked like an investigation, like a investigation wall. That's like
it looks
like a conspiracy theory wall. It's like follow the Koroks, follow the Koroks.
No, it looks. You know what it looks like? It looks like the computer setup in the Matrix. When he's sitting there and there's like 45 screens and only he can decode where they're at.
Yeah.
And you have to pick them up by picking up a payphone. Oh, man.
You go into the Lost Woods and there's just a payphone on a tree.
I'm going to be like, wait, what? It's super weird Nintendo.
There's Bill and Ted there.
Yeah.
Bill and then all of a sudden Dark Link's face just comes out through the phone. I am you, Link. And then Link just goes, ah!
Yes. Man, I want to play Zelda again now. But there's too many other things to play to replay a game that I've already put 220 hours into. So
just
do what I do. Just pick it up and just play it for like 10 minutes, and that's good. You're good. You got a little bit in.
Don't forget, 10 minutes in Breath of the Wild is about an hour and a half for us.
Yeah, it's true. So, well, we did it, guys. Nintendo Power Block 109 is over. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, you can find Nintendo Power Block on Tuesdays and Fridays here on youtube.com/NGRradio and NGRradio.com, or on your podcast service of choice. What else? Okay, yeah, you can find Expansion Pack every Monday at noon. You can find Pod and Play Season 3 coming up, as well as our Nindy Showcase this summer, where Ed and I kind of talked about our favorite Nindy games either on or coming to the system. Pod and Play Season 3 starts in September, so subscribe for that. That's going to be interesting. And Pod and Play Season 2 just wrapped. I keep forgetting. We filmed those so long ago that I just keep forgetting that the last episode went up like 2 weeks ago. So,
yeah, I was watching the Metro 2033 discussion.
Yeah. So, yeah, check out our Let's Play shows. Check out our family of shows here. Nerds Gone Platinum, Arsenal X, Nerds Gone Rogue, and of course, us here on Nintendo Power Block. Matt, where can we find you?
You can find me at Infinite_Rewind on every social media platform I choose to be on. If you're talking to someone named Infinite_Rewind, it's not this face. They're going to offend you in some way. And I try not to do that. So that's where you can find me. I post a lot of vinyl. And that's pretty much it right now. I'm not really posting beer, but, whatever. I'm really busy, so the vinyl keeps my attention. Yeah, find me if you want to play something on PS4. I'm Infinite_Rewind there. And I have a Switch code that I do not know, but I will play games with you if you can figure it out and add me.
His friend code is in the Nerds Gone Rogue descriptions every week. So
yeah,
I put everything there. It's a good time. You know how long it took me to find everybody's friends codes? A while.
10 minutes.
Oh, it took me a while. Longer than I would have liked to spend to find friend codes.
I think mine's just in my bio on my Facebook page.
Oh. Jesse, where?
About me, blah 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 blah
yeah.
blah.
Yeah.
Jesse, where can we find you?
I'm on Twitter at @sub_humanist.
Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatRetroCode, and you can also check out my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other podcast apps. Also, check out Arsenal X here on Nerds Gone Rogue on YouTube and NGRradio.com.
Yeah. And you can find me at CorianHD on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find me at Rogue Spartan 4 on the Xbox and PlayStation. And friend code, not sure. Find it. I'll play games with you.
It
Whatever.
exists somewhere.
Be there.
You can find me on a plethora of other content here on youtube.com/NGRradio and NGRradio.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Rate us on your podcast service of choice. And until next time. Because Friday. We love you.
Bye, everybody. Woo-hoo.
Bye.
Banana out.